Hello and welcome to my review of the Warhammer 40,000 Conquest Issue 1 magazine. You've seen the unboxing and my initial impressions of the subscription. If you subscribed, you get 3 paints, a mold line remover, some glue, some clippers, 3 Intercessor Primaris Space Marines, the little magazine, and a quite awesome poster in there. So that's a lot of goodies. If you don't subscribe, you still get the 3 Intercessors, the poster, and the 3 paints. Now that's still a pretty good deal. £1.99 was the first issue. It says it there. Easy to build Intercessor Space Marines, 3 of them at £10 on Games Workshop's website. So you're already saving £8, and then paints are normally about £2.50 each. So for £17.50's worth of product, in a way, you're getting for £1.99. So the value is, you know, if you haven't got the paints or you need the paints and you haven't got the Primaris, the value is there. I can see why a lot of people bought multiple copies of issue number 1, because you get the paints, because, you know, you buy 3 copies, £6, you're going to get 9 Intercessor Space Marines. 1 more and then you've got 2 squads of 5. Typically the unit is 1 sergeant and 4 intercessors. So that's pretty good going for the start of the subscription service. You've seen the build guide. I've gone through these. They're very easy to build. You don't even need that glue that you get with the subscription if you don't want to. They're push to fit. I bought these you know, for £10 I think when they were first released last year. They're still good models. If you want, you can cut the plugs off and move their arms in different places if you want to do that, if you've already got these models. They're Space Marines in power armour. Most of them are going to look very similar apart from slight differences in their poses. So yes, I do think it's worth it. Just based on this initial issue. Obviously I've had a look at the later issues, like issue 11 and 12. I recently received a load of other issues, including issue 5, which includes this Primaris Lieutenant. I know it's a Lieutenant and you're probably sick up to your teeth with Lieutenant models, but it's a really cool looking Lieutenant model, and it goes very nicely with the other miniatures. And just for that model you'd be paying between £15 and £20 just for that. The Primaris Librarian is £22.50, and I think you get him in issue 8, I want to say. But anyway, the magazine itself, obviously it's, you know, full colour, it's pretty thin and flimsy, but it does have your build guide in, it does have a little bit of a paint guide, and it does have some, you know, backstory in terms of Space Marines and Ultramarines and Intercessors in particular. Each group of models that they release in each of the magazines, they go into some backstory about them, which is great. It'd be fantastic if they did this for Orcs or Eldar or whatever. If they continued this momentum with the Space Marines and the Death Guard, if in the next series we got those, maybe create some push to fit Guardians or new Aspect Warriors or something like that, just for different factions. I think it would really well. But of course, Space Marines, most popular army, I can see why they've picked them. It's worth noting that I didn't get my issue 2, even though I paid for it. I paid, I think, £7, so issue 2 was £5 and they're normally £8. So I didn't get my Death Guard green paint, and I didn't get my 3 models, the dice and the playmats, and it's now been almost 2 months, and I did send them an email a couple of weeks ago, still haven't heard anything at all. The customer service is pretty bad. They're based in South Africa, so it's not just down the road or where these things come from, which is I think Newcastle. The quickest way of sorting things out is probably to phone them, to phone their customer services. Hopefully I will get my issue 2 at some point. It's not a huge deal. I have got those 3 models already and I've got the paint, but I would have liked the dice and the playmat, as all of the issues from 3 onwards give you scenarios and things using, you know, the bundled items. So I'm open and honest. Obviously I pay for this subscription service. Hatchett Partworks haven't sent me any of this for free, so I'm giving you my experience of the whole subscription service so far. And as it stands, I'm missing a key issue that I've paid for, which irritates me somewhat. That they don't employ somebody there when they're putting these things in a package just to check that what's included is actually what's being paid for. But having said that, that's my only experience of an issue so far, but it's a pretty big one, I think you'll agree. Which means that the following videos from this will at present start from issue number 3. I have decided to do like a little build guide for all the models that you get in each of the issues. Issue 3, unfortunately not issue 2, but issue 3 will have the 3 Reavers in there. Issue 4 will have the Poxwalkers. 5 will have Calcius, I've already built him anyway, and then 6 will have the 3 Death Guard Plague Marines from issue 2. Another thing I'm a bit irritated about is the lack of any rules. You don't get any data sheets at all in these books, and therefore it's not giving you a full package. You're going to be given 2 full armies with this subscription service, a full Death Guard army and a full Space Marine Primaris army. It would have been nice to include the rules just for the intercessors in this edition, and then in all of the other issues include the rules for those units, and then at the end you can just rip that data sheet out or whatever and have them all in your folder as a separate tab. That would have given you the full experience, and then you wouldn't need to spend sort of, I say, any more with Games Workshop. You wouldn't need to, you know, buy the codexes as such unless you really wanted to, which I think it would encourage people to do anyway. So that's another gripe I have. But as it stands, yeah, this issue on its own for the $1.99 or the subscription with those free, I say gifts with the, you know, the free tools and things, and the 3 intercessors is pretty good for $1.99 as it stands on its own. Of course, my reviews are open and honest and unbiased, so if there are any other issues in the future, I'll of course highlight them and let you know. But I hope you enjoy all of these new Warhammer 40,000 Conquest videos. I'm putting a lot of work into them, a lot of time, and I release them as frequently as I can, but not on any set days. It's just when I release them, I'll just release one for the video, but I will try and get them in order. So we'll miss out issue 2, unfortunately, but with issue 3, I'll go through the unboxing, the review of the models. What I will do is, because the rules are missing from the little magazine there, I will go through the rules now for the intercessors to help you out. So Primaris Intercessor Squad, unfortunately the 3 intercessors that you get with issue 1, it is kind of an illegal squad. You need 5, which contains 1 sergeant and 4 assessors, and you can include up to 5 additional intercessors. They're armed with bolt rifles, bolt pistols, frag grenades and crack grenades. They're a troop choice. They're a power points cost of a 5 and a points cost of 20 points per model. Their bolt rifle is free. Now, all models in the unit may replace their bolt rifle with an auto bolt rifle or stalker bolt rifle. So all models, not just one, so you can have different weapons in the squad. You have to have all of them change that. Now, if you want to do that, the standard bolt rifle is a 30-inch rapid fire 1, strength 4, AP -1, damage 1 weapon. The auto bolt rifle is less range at 24 inches, but it's got 2 shots and it's strength 4, damage 1. And then the stalker bolt rifle is further range at 36 inch. It's a heavy 1 shot, but it's strength 4, but it's AP -2 and damage 1. For every 5 models in the unit, 1 may take an auxiliary grenade launcher. None of these guys have an auxiliary grenade launcher, but if you wanted to take that, so the auxiliary grenade launcher isn't like the Astartes grenade launcher. All that happens is it just increases the range of any grenade weapons they have to 30 inches. That's quite decent. The Intercessor Sergeant may take a power sword. This Sergeant doesn't have a power sword, but if you wanted to take that, it's a melee weapon, strength of the user, which would be 4, AP's -3, and damage is 1. And the key words is Imperium, Adeptus Astartes, Infantry, Primaris, and Intercessor Squad. So I thought I'd just give you the rules because they're not included in the issue. As I said before, If you're going to use them as a kind of a legal squad, you're going to need 5 of them. These easy to build kits with the Reavers and these and the Death Guard, they don't have 5 models, they only have the 3, as you can see. So you're either going to need to buy a box set of 10, which is £35, because I think they stopped doing the half box sets, or just buy another one of these issues and then you've got 6 and you can just, you know, swap out the sergeant and then you can have 5 or 6 in the squad. So there you go, that is my review of Warhammer 40,000 Conquest issue number 1. Join me soon when I unbox issue number 3, not 2, issue number 3, and go through a build guide and give you my final review along with the rules for the Reavers. I hope you're enjoying this series. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.